Hi guys, Pepper Brown here once again. And there's been a few students lately who have sent me videos of their playing, and they're working on timing, and everybody's in way over their head. Everybody's timing is really awful, and they don't know it. And the reason they don't know it is because they've never trained properly. And there's 1,000 guys out there who think their timing is good, but really, your timing really sucks, and you don't even know it, because you've never had anybody show you the right way to do it. So I have these timing videos in my more advanced lessons that people get to after they've been taking lessons for a while, but I'm gonna break it down real easy for you guys. And for some students who have emailed me about showing me their exercises timing wise, you know, Janine, Roger, a few guys who are doing timing and they're drifting, but they can't even tell. Here's how you fix that. You get your mobile metronome app. This is called Pro Metronome, and it's available on Android and iPhone. So make sure you have a metronome app. Okay, I set it for 60, 4/4. You should be able to hear that okay. So we're just doing down up like this. Here we go. Ready? Here. Okay, that's one note per beat. That's quarter notes. That's the key right there. Practice those quarter notes. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the first thing that everybody wants to do is play eighth notes and show me that they can do eighth notes against that. So they go like this. Here's the same tempo, 60, and they're going to play eighth notes like this. 3, 4. Okay, but the problem is everybody drifts and they don't even know they're drifted off. They're not in time. You guys are not in time because you haven't practiced the right way. Now, here's the better way. Instead of trying to do eighth notes at 60, don't do that. Just don't do that anymore. Not for a while until you get this down. You want to do, instead of eighth notes at 60, do the math. Eighth notes at 60 is the same thing as quarter notes at 120, right? So this speed is going to be the same as if I go to here and punch in 120. Now do quarter notes at 120. Ready, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. That's exactly the same as doing eighth notes at 60. You have to do it that way. You have to synchronize it so tight that you get a click for every note that you pick. You can't expect you to have perfect eighth notes right out of the gate. Even though you think you have them, you really don't. You drift just slightly off and come back, and you don't come down on the beat and all that kind of stuff. People are all over the map with timing. Really. Terrible. But we're going to fix that. So we got 120. Now, if we're going to do 60 again, Back to quarter notes at 60. Okay, that's pretty boring, yeah? Okay. So now, what if I want to do triplets now? Triplets at 60. Well, everybody goes like this. 2, 3, 4, triple. Okay, everybody thinks they're doing it right. In intention, it's right, but you guys, triplets are horrible. You suck terribly at triplets, sixteenths, and especially 5/8 and 7/8. 7/8. You guys all completely, terribly suck at it. And you don't even know it because you think you're doing it right. But listen, if you want to do triplets, you got to do it the right way, all right? Now, at 60 quarter notes, if you want to do a triplet, that's 3 notes per beat, right? So you would multiply 60 times 3. Okay? All you genius math wizards, what's 60 times 3? I don't know, man, like 179? No, man, 180. All right, so we're going to go to 180. Okay, so that's the correct pulse, but we're in 4/4. So if you want to make it a triplet, you do 180 and you convert it to 3/4. So you click on the little 4/4 icon, and we change it to 3/4. See, it says 3/4 right there. So that's how you do it. You set it to 180 and then you set it at 3/4. So it sounds like this. Triple. Now you can practice triplets. Now you can practice triplets the right way. Ready, 2, ready, play. Let's do that again. Let me turn my volume knob on. That would be good, right? Here you go. Ready? 2, 1, 2, 3, ready, go, and. Okay, so that's triplets at 60, same as quarter notes at 180 and 3/4. Now, if you want to do triplets at 80, so you multiply 80 times 3, right? That's doing quarter notes at 240 and 3/4. So then you set your tempo to 240. And you have your triplet at 240 quarter notes. All right, now what about 100? Well, quarter notes at 100, that's pretty fast, well, semi-fast. So triplet at 100, good. It's going to be 300, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you really have to hang with that for a few days, at least a few days, at least till the end of the week. You know, you got to do this for at least a week before you try to do it the other way. But that's triplets at 100. Here's quarter notes at 300. Okay, now let's test it back to 100 again. and go back to 4/4. So you see how that works? So now let's do 16th notes at 60. Okay, so that's 4 notes. Okay, so now if you want to do it as quarter notes, 16th notes are 4 notes per beat, right? So you would just multiply times 4. 6 times 4, so you can be at 240. It's the same thing. More accurate, though. More accurate. Okay, so that's 16th notes at 60, right? Well, what if we want to do 16th notes at 100? Well, then you'd have to multiply by 4, wouldn't you? So you'd have to go quarter notes at 400, right? More like it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, so what's 16th notes at 120? That would be what? 120 times 4, right? 480. Right way to do it. Quarter notes at 480. Okay, so then that prevents you from drifting. So if you're going back to 120, see, now you got it down. 3, 4. Okay, now let's do triplets at 120. So what would that be? 120 times 3. Right? What's 120 times 3? Mathematics. 120, 240, 360, right? And we want to go 3, 4. Right? Triplets at 120 right there. 40 notes at 360. so let's check that against 120. So we're going to go back to 120 and then 4/4. So okay, so you see my point. That's how you get more accurate with it. You've got to do the quarter notes for a while. I mean, let it sink in day after day after day after day, week after week, and then try it as a subdivision at like, triplets at 120. Now, the rest of you guys who are trying to do 5, same procedure, same thing, same technique. You want to speed up the metronome and do 5/8. 5/8 to count 5. Don't try doing, like if you're doing, here's 60. So many guys go, I'm doing 5/8 like this. They're all over the map. They're all over the place, and they don't even know how bad they sound. I just hear it, and I go, no, dude. Just, God, stop. Jesus. Let's do this. Let's do 5/8 quarter notes. So you get that click, 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 click per beat. That's going to fix the problem, you guys. I'm telling you. I've been teaching this shit for 40 friggin' years. My politically correct term. Friggin'. Or fikin'. Or Vulcan. Whatever you want to call it. Vulcan. Okay. So 5 at 60. 300. 5/8. Or 5/4 rather. Music to my ears. It's a 5/4 pattern, quarter notes at 300. Same as doing 5/16 at 60, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's like doing 5 at 60 BPM, right? So if you want to go faster, you gotta do the quarter notes first for a couple weeks. Don't skimp on that. You got to get that ingrained, and you got to come back to it every now and then. Come back to doing quarter notes at the faster tempos. That's going to fix your problem. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Everybody who does that, who's taken lessons from me, has absolutely great, perfect timing after a period of time. I mean, you gotta put the work in. There's no way around it. You got to do the work, and you got to do it hopefully every day. But if you can't do it every day, try every other day. And if you can't do it every other day, do it like every 3 days. And if you go on a drinking binge up in Vegas, do it when you get back. All right, Pepper Brown, over and out for now.